Yep. You wanted to chat about some things yesterday evening, but times didn't align. Is there anything you need to talk about?
Let me see. Loki's gone. We got rid of him.
I think we talked about that, right?
Yeah, I talked about that. I'm so fucking cooked. I've been like doing a ton. I think I did like 17 hours the other day. Then like woke up immediately. Came around, was on duty for like 6 hours. Went, had to take care of some things. Came back on duty. Worked all night on a bunch of shit. I mean, everything is. I think everything is pretty good. The big thing we're working on right now with the officers is
We saved $1.8 million this week because of all the transfers.
really.
Yeah.
That's
It
the
went
other
from
thing.
4.8 million down to 2.4 or some shit.
The crazy thing with all the people that are crying like all the people that are transferring to BCSO, which I don't necessarily understand. It's whatever. It's kind of a
Well, I can tell you why, because legislation was written in a certain way and there's a heavy attempt to reset it. So inherently the mayor there is no symbiotic relationship between the county, the mayor, and its respective police department. And I think it's because a bunch of asshats that mostly talk amongst themselves have tried to move that gear so far that I cannot really directly help you without money, but vice versa, the police department has no direct effect on the populace. And that's the unfortunate and shitty part. It was hard to, I didn't want to dive into it too much with Viv and Maxwell because transparently, I didn't know how to say it in a way where they may not walk away being like, oh my God, like, Mayor's trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I haven't talked to him too much about it. But you get what I'm saying, though, right?
yeah.
Why
100%.
should anyone care about the PD? Outside of the theory of maybe you might save someone from a cash exchange every once in a while, right? So, but people aren't going to see things like that. They're always going to see you as the force that gets in the way of what they want to do. And the nature of how legislation is being interpreted, the divide is actually, in my opinion, growing worse, right? So why do people transfer? Because inherently being an LSPD or BCSO is meaningless. It's just two different sets of rules and two different sets of friend groups.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing. It's the same people that all the people that are crying and they're being like, I'm transferring. They're also the people that are being like, we need a UPD. It's like, okay, if in what's the logic in that? What's the logic in transferring if we're a fucking UPD?
What's the logic of two counties?
Yeah.
You know. So rest assured, there is things in the pipeline, and honestly, all this is very good. If you know. I hate talking about things like this because it's like I think everything that's happening now is really good based on where my expectations are lining up.
I mean, this is the reality, right? Nothing's perfect. The police department will never be fucking perfect.
Yep.
It's run by humans, which are inherently flawed. That being said, there's things we could do to make improvements. And while I don't think that Moss and I are perfect, I think overall as a whole, there's certain aspects that are up better. I mean, there's certain aspects that are down worse. But the reality is I do believe that, I mean, with all the numbers and everything that's kind of going on, like we're headed in the right direction. I don't know.
Yep.
There's a bunch of people fucking dooming, and it's hard when you have people on your fucking team that are fucking dooming. But I don't know. I don't
want to rehash it, but you can't really. The biggest mistake retrospectively that I think y'all make as you were trying to understand who the department you were dealing with is leaning on folks that do not have your vision. And this is something that I've had to deal with many years ago and learned from it, is sometimes you'll put your, like, it's like, your LSPD, it's like, imagine, you know, you're putting a team together, right? Like a football team, right? You could put the best quarterback, right? Like the on paper best quarterback on your team. You can put the on paper the best running back on your team. But if they are not like lined up with the coach, they're not going to be as effective as someone that may have 80% of, let's say, the raw talent, but is going to back you 100%. And I think the unfortunate reality is some of these fucking snowflakes paint backing, loyalty, etc. as something that is a negative, but it is inherently the most important aspect of your building blocks. You know what I mean? And you saw that out of Loki. First off, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Have you seen how many arrests he's doing? I don't know who he is. I've been around. People don't even fucking bring up his name, right? Now, he might have been the best X, Y, and Z, but if he did not fuck with your and Daisy's thing, he's fucking useless, right? He may not even belong in BCSO. We'll find out in 4 weeks. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say here? Like, let's use an extreme, right? Like, it's kind of like Mr. K. Mr. K was a detective at one point. He might have been really fucking good figuring certain shit out. If he needed to grab a car and chase someone down and tase him, he was probably really good. But do you think Mr. K is going to make for a great officer? No. Because he hates cops. You get what I'm trying to paint here?
No, 100%. 100.
So,
we are working on that. We're working on. Listen, there's a few things I can't talk about here, but
yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna be around later this evening if we want to talk a little bit more or less.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
I'll be around the next week. I will be around fucking nonstop. So.
You gonna do the focus on shift 2?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of going into now. I mean, the other harsh reality, like you were saying, it doesn't even fucking matter if there's not a shift to LSPD. Like, there's enough people in BCSO for us to literally start at the ground and build everything fresh and see what we want to. And it's like that's it. That's literally it.
Okay.
The more people that transfer, the easier job I believe we have. We've got some conflicting opinions on it, but my whole thing with that is the more people that you like whatever, my opinion is what I just said. I don't know I was going to reiterate it, but
in order for y'all to not fuck yourself, because look, at the end of the day, one thing is very clear based on the movement of how these guys operate, right? Is that I'm gonna have to run next term, realistically. Otherwise, you know, these fucking children are gonna go and do God knows what. And I'm not going to let the happiness of 95% of the city, right, get obliterated based on that dog shit. All right. So, but I don't want you guys to use that runway to slow down. Stop backing up your fucking people. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean by that? Like, I know you just put Avery there, but you need to be prepared to have a number 2 in case she ends up another Loki. You need other command ready in case they become. Because let me ask you something. Do you think you got rid of all the fucking folks?
Fuck no, I don't think we did. If
because at the end of the day, I want to remind you, I ran on a campaign that there is accountability and care for the people of Los Santos. And you know this better than I do. Some of these guys just want to farm fucking arrests all day and not give a shit how the others, how those people feel, right? You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't be cops, but you get. I'm on a very different messaging.
Yes, 100%. And there's more that exists outside of Los Santos than just the police department.
Correct. So, shift 1 is fucking sexy. I'm just saying, you got to train some of these guys up to be potential replacements, so you have those options, and you're not like end up in a position where you're like, fuck, what do I do? And maybe that starts with, you know, training up that shift 2. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, sir.
yeah. All right, easy. All right. All right. Is there anything you need from me or whatever?
No, I think if I think of something, I'll shoot you a text.
McNulty left?
Yeah, McNulty left. That's the one that hurt the most. So McNulty left because he wanted to be call sign tree.
Oh, okay. This is the same guy that yeah, whatever. Some of them just, you got to understand, some of these guys literally want, and this is fine. He wants to come on duty. He wants to do arrest. He already said that he didn't want command when I spoke to him about chief, and he flipped. At the end of the day, he's probably a fucking fantastic officer.
Yep,
but
100%.
The reality is that LSPD is going to need a lot of, like, focused build-up sort of motherfuckers.
Yeah, I got to talk to Avery today, and essentially do the same shit we did for shit. I kind of told her, she's like, yeah, we got like 4 or 5 cadets or PPOs right now. Like, before we do any hiring, like, we got to focus on these. I was like, understood.
Yeah.
One of the things we need to focus on right now is people with past experience that can also train to lighten your load.
Mm-hmm.
So next time she's on duty, I think I'm just going to meet with her and focus. I personally, so I sat down, I went through the entire list of applicants for the last 6 months, and ended up pulling some names out of there that I thought would be good with prior experience. And yeah, obviously it's kind of like, at this point, that's it. That's all we can do is fucking support the people there and bring in people that are going to support them.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, man.
Across the board, you know what I mean? Like, that's a, you never know when you're gonna have like some fucking cadet or some shit like that ends up listen, it's not hard being a cop, with all due respect, when the standard before I became mayor was not knowing RS and PC, and having an ass chief arguing that GSR equals you have a gun and you should be guilty. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, I get it 100%.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, is there anything else you want to kind of talk about? I hope you're taking this as like a motivational sort of thing.
I am 100%. I don't listen. I don't know. Like, I've taken.
Why did Maxwell not oversee PNT?
I think Maxwell's got a lot of. She didn't want to do it. I don't think she wanted the responsibility. It's a lot. You know what I mean?
So you got all those lists of things I'm expecting out of you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, welfare check. We thought someone might have gotten him.
No marshals here. We're good.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right.
No problem.
Yeah. Let me get this.
Yeah. I was a little surprised by that, based on all the good things I've heard about Maxwell, which is mostly why I'm asking.
No. So Maxwell is amazing. She just doesn't want because originally we had talked to her about it, and I thought that was a good choice. But I think she wants to be command in shift 1, which I think, the honest to God truth is, I think she's better suited to be command in shift 1 because she's, in my opinion, she's level-headed. And
yeah, what's going on,
I need to talk
Kate?
to you.
Oh, what's up?
By yourself, please.
Handle it till we're done.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as training replacements, making sure that we have people below us, replacements for replacements, always making sure we have the people here. Your job is not direct oversight for the police department, it's direct oversight for the entire fucking city. Am I missing anything on my list?
No, I think that should be good.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get out there. I gotta go fucking work on this
Take
shit.
this as like a, words of wisdom. You know what I mean?
No, so I think, listen, the beating I've taken outside of the police department will never fucking compare to anything that anyone could do to me inside the police department. So
Okay.
even when, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm the type of individual that kind of like flourishes in the fires of hell.
Oh my God, I love that shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so good.
I thrive in chaos. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you're comfortable like fucking wiping all the shift too if necessary, right?
Yeah. Well, just stick around for like a week, okay?
Yeah. All right.
I'll let you know.
Easy. You got that list of plane tickets, right?
Yeah, I got that. We will talk about that later.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.